Now we're live.
Balls.
Hey, that thing says we're. Are we really live? Or are we just
Balls.
thinking we're alive?
I don't
No,
know.
we're pretending like we're live. We're hoping
We're
they will send
live.
us their souls.
There's always
Everyone
lots of
thinks
holes.
because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
You're watching Tanner's Haunted Secrets on the Outline Network. What they say.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's a secret sound hidden deep within the center of the earth. Until you listen closely enough, you can hear it. And it sounds like razors through flesh. We are merely here to turn up the volume.
My, did I enjoy the freak song, but my general question is, who's actually hosting this thing tonight?
That Pyle hosts all these shows. That's Pyle.
I can't host it because I'm the special guest, and I'm as special as you can get.
Oh yeah, I don't have hosting controls on my phone, so.
So it's Friday's job. Friday is the host.
Well,
But
today is Friday.
I can say my catchphrase.
Say it.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the corner of my freak show. This is Chainer's Haunted Secrets, and today, this one lady over here is going to take full control because she wants to know everything of my haunted house this time.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hi, Stefan. Okay, fine then. Hello, 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 my beautiful lovelies. Welcome back to Chainer's Haunted Secrets. And we're having one of those weird flukes where I'm the host. So either way.
Yeah.
Yes, of course he's dark. He's in a car. He can't help that. So. But I am definitely grateful he's here. Today, we have with us, of course, our normal host, Pyle. There we go. Pyle Hazard. He's at Chainer's Field of Screams. And, of course, Raz T Slasher. And how is it tonight at the Field of Screams?
So it is 9 o'clock. This is exactly the type of weather we to have if we've got our costumes on. As you can actually, this is not my backdrop. This is actually the field. It is about, what are we, like some degrees, 80 Fahrenheit around this area. And that's actually what's behind me.
Nice.
Yeah, that the freezer is off to the side right now. This is actually where my dad has made his home for many, many years. On the other side is the actual cabin. That's why it has been called the of the cabin in the. This has been his spot. He said, "I want to take this." A lot of people absolutely look at him and say, "Nope." And he rethinks about it. He designs it almost every single year. This year, I don't know what he's going to change. But he did so great with the character last year. It's kind of hard to figure out what he's going to change. On the other side of his computer, off screen, I have Wade, which he is such a handy man. He's absolutely a wonderful person. And I'm grateful because he's actually here. He's the only other chainer I have. So if there's any questions, able to jump in and actually give a little insight on things.
Nice.
Awesome. So my first question is, how did you guys decide to start a haunt?
So this is a thing that I wanted to do for a very long time, ever since someone said, yeah, I'm pretty sure that you would not be able to do a haunt and own one. Well, I like to prove people wrong, because there's been a lot of things in my life that I want to prove people wrong on. But the opportunity came to us in 2007. We were actually at the Botkins Haunted Barn. That's a charity barn. You go through and you go and do this and that. And, the opportunity came because they didn't have enough people the one weekend. And he said, hey, the weekend before Halloween, or a weekend, 2 weekends before Halloween, we don't have enough people. And I said, I can get people there if you do that weekend towards a relay. And they said, yeah. As soon as they agreed to that, you know what? My dad started going through and saying, well, I guess this is pretty good. That was also the year that I left Sydney Haunted Woods because my wife was pregnant. And I did not want any harm to come to her or the baby, because we all know that haunting while pregnant, it can get sketchy. And we didn't want that. So we went ahead and made a decision that was not going to happen. And if she couldn't haunt on Sydney grounds, I wasn't going on Sydney grounds, because that was just what we agreed on. And I kind of thought that, haunting was done for me until Botkins Haunted Barn asked me, hey, can you come here? I said yes. Start building some of the stuff outside. And I made the chainsaw rally pit. Once you came out of the haunted barn, you went right into our area, and boy, did we chase you around skids. That is the one thing I know how to build with, skids. Dad can operate a T-square. I can operate skids. The following year, haunted barn said that they were done. I looked at my dad and said, well, what are we doing? And he said, well, we got to find someplace to haunt. And I said, well, I know someplace. And he goes, oh, yeah. I said, yeah, he's got some property. He goes, oh, yeah, you want to go talk to him? I said, yeah, come on. We can go right now. And then as soon as Dad was thinking about standing up, I told him, I said, it's you. You got the property.
Oh, yeah.
And Dad goes, whoa, hold on. We need to talk about insurance. You talk to insurance, I'll starting the path. And that's exactly how that operated. I started the path. And he said, well, what happens if I can't get the insurance? You wasted all your time making this path. I said, then I wasted my time making a path. I'd rather be ahead of schedule than behind. And trust me, every year you're behind the schedule.
Always.
Wade, we know that, right?
Yeah,
Wade's over there just, oh, yeah.
We're 9 days from our family and friends night.
Dream started.
We're not done.
Dude, that's fun.
Yeah.
How did you guys decide to make it a charity haunt? Or are you frozen?
I think he's frozen. I need a screenshot of that, because that pose is perfect.
Yes. 2 seconds. There we go. Got the screenshot.
Oh, yeah. That's his thinking face.
Okay. Well, I guess while we're waiting for him to become unfrozen, what is your favorite scene so far this year, Raz?
The new asylum section, maximum security. It's a brand new portion of the haunt, and there's a big gag going on there. It's going to surprise a lot of people, and I think people might get wet this year. That's new for us. So yeah, we're really excited about that. See how it goes.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I got a lot of big
People
things
might get
for this
wet?
year. Yeah, it's a long story.
Okay.
I can't talk about it yet though.
Okay. What is the most difficult part of things getting your haunt ready every year?
I mean, typically it's going to be your fire permit. Fortunately, we got very lucky with that this year. No fire permit, no opening, so that would be bad.
No.
Honestly, it depends on the year. It depends on how many people are coming in, how many people you can trust to do the job, and that changes every year. So some years it's going to be music. Some years your lights are going to be the nightmare. This year it was honestly finishing the Nerf and Gel Blast arena. That's what took us up the longest time and got us starting so late on our the normal haunt build. But man, it was worth it. Very worth it. And we've had a lot of awesome people come in this year and give us a hand, and we're almost back on schedule. Almost.
That is awesome. So what about this arena?
Yeah, so that's going to be our all year round business, the Nerf Arena and Gel Blast Arena. It looks like a laser tag arena with the black lights. There's places to hide behind, all kinds of cool stuff on art everywhere. It's an absolutely it's over 3,000 square foot. It's enormous. And during the haunt season, we're going to open it up for about an hour and a half before the haunt starts, so people can actually be on a team against our rejects. And then during the haunt, people customers can if they want to, they can pay an extra fee and go there and shoot each other for fun.
Oh, awesome. Is the art made by the haunters or bought?
A little bit of both, honestly. There's definitely a little bit of both stuff we've gotten. Even some of the art we bought, we've altered a lot. We've done so much in there. It's one side is Frankenstein and the other side is aliens. So,
Ooh,
it's fun, man. It's really neat. And it's people can run it out for parties and events. We have actual party rooms in there now.
that is so cool.
Yeah.
Dude, is the sock puppet coming back this year?
Yes, I disappointed apparently a lot of people by not bringing J.A. Sock with me to Christmas last year. So this year I will be playing him on December 14th.
Okay.
It's going to be a busy night for me. Well, Christmas season is going to be very busy because the 13th is our cinema night, our movie mayhem night, because it's the Friday the 13th in December. And then the 14th, we're going to do the actual Christmas show. So I'll be Beetlejuice one night and J.A. Sock the next.
Oh, yeah. You've already had a request from 3 kids if Beetlejuice will read a zombie story.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll make them so happy.
Hell yeah.
Okay, you guys have changed up so much in the haunt. How different would you say? 50%, 70%, 80%, 90% from last year?
Well, we did something we weren't going to do, and we added some more square footage this year. So haunt's a little longer this year. There's some brand new scenes built from the ground up. Of the already existing part of the haunt, I'd say we changed reasonably about 30 to 35% of it, but we've also added a lot of details into the scenes that we didn't change completely. This was the big redo of the asylum year this year, so a lot of the asylum is what got hit, but we were able to make a lot of changes to other things. We built an all new vendor room, so we can actually have 6 vendors come in and vend at the haunt. We're opening up food truck spaces this year every night, so it's not just the Nerf Arena and Gel Blast Arena. It's not just the changes in the haunt. There's a shit ton of changes in the outside areas of the haunt too. It's just a lot, man. But it's weird. While it's a lot of work and there's a lot of differences, it was actually less labor than it should have been. we got pretty lucky with a lot of things.
That is awesome. What is the most rewarding thing about haunting?
That's changed for me over the years. This year, with me pretty much, according to Fred, running the show this year, so it's bad, it's my fault. It's really just going in there and seeing all the actors come together, seeing them play the roles we've been rehearsing, you know, all the plans we've been making. It's seeing them do it, man. Like, and I'm going to be excited to jump into character, a couple different characters, and haunt with all of them this year. But it's just seeing everybody come together and make this show what it is. Now that so much has changed for us, the way we run everything is so much different. This is the year where we're full on a family, that everybody is involved from the top to the bottom in every way possible. Fred's wanting to act more full time this year. And to me, like, seeing an owner actually spending as much time in the haunt as he already was, I'd never seen before. So him wanting to do it more, I've just never heard of an owner being this hands-on. Like, and it's the best thing ever for the haunt.
That is amazing. Compared to being a haunter and a haunt actor teacher, which one seems more difficult?
The teacher, honestly. So when I'm just haunt acting, I know, you know, I know what I need to know with my characters, and of course I always look for new things to learn. But you're teaching people of all different levels, people that have haunted before, people that have not haunted before. Hell, it might be somebody that's haunted before that took a 5-year break that needs to touch up on some fundamentals. So what you have to do is you have to also figure out the best way that everybody learns. So we used to only do in-person classes, but this year I thought, what if we also did some video training classes to kind of go over all the basic stuff where they can watch it from home and practice it at home before they come in for like the improv classes that we do. So when I did that, I'm getting a lot of really good feedback from the actors. A lot of the newer ones are picking up a lot faster because they're able to watch these videos over and over. And it's really 2 videos about the fundamentals that are only 6.5 minutes a piece. And then this optional video about like in-depth character creation for your haunt character that I made that's like 3.5 minutes. But we actually made them public so other haunts can use them as well, because we're all about the community. So I know that, yeah, Hell's Dungeon is literally our YouTube page. So it's the only thing on there right now is our acting class playlist. So there's a lot of cool information on there. But yeah, feel free to any haunter that wants to learn, or any other haunts out there that just need something to toss up to help them out, save some time, please use it.
That is one of the coolest things I've ever heard.
It's all about the community, you know, like if you're a haunter, you're family. It doesn't matter what haunt you're at, where in the world you are, we're all family.
That is one of the best things I've heard and learned as I've got to talk with more haunters, and especially you guys. I'm grateful I get to spend so much time with you guys. You have been a D&D player for a long time. How, for those getting into haunt acting, how close is setting up your character for your haunt character to setting up your D&D character mental wise?
The mentality of it's very similar. I mean, while you're playing D&D, you're at a table, you know, with your friends, or you're playing through Discord, but you really got to think like your character. You got to figure out who your character is so you know what they would do and how they would act. So in that, it's similar. And our optional video, our 3.5 minute video, I actually made the character sheet similar to a Dungeons & Dragons character sheet, just very expanded, to kind of even tie gaming and haunting more together, because I'm finding there's a lot of wrestlers and a lot of RPG players in the haunt industry, a pretty good amount of both. So like anytime you can tie things together, it's just a good time.
That has been one of the most interesting things, the wrestlers going into the haunting field. And I also can see how haunt actors and wrestling characters are very similar.
Oh yeah.
What, for you, having been both, have you pulled any of your wrestling character into any of your characters you've made to play at the haunt?
Oddly, no, because for me, it's a very different headspace. When I was doing a character in wrestling, you focus on the acting and the character, obviously, to a degree, but in your head, you're going through all the moves right before they happen. You're going through everything. You're making sure you're landing everything how it needs to be landed. You're trying to double make sure you're not injuring each other. So there's so many other things going through your head to distract you from solely just being the character that it's a headspace that I don't want to mix. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but my brain compartmentalizes a lot of things.
Sense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I just had no idea if you used any of the character traits from those your wrestling character with your haunt character. That was the general idea. But yeah, I can see why you don't want to mix those.
Yeah, it would be fun though. There's a couple old characters I wouldn't mind busting back out and maybe seeing what I could do with. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah. There are so many characters in your head as an author, and all the things you have done in your life. You've had, I don't know how many jobs in your lifetime, and I'm still learning about more as we go.
Yeah, I like to learn different things.
Have any of your haunt characters ended up in your stories?
So oddly enough, I've played way more Hollywood characters than I have original characters. So that's kind of hard. No, not as of yet, but I do plan on it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that Haunter's Handbook.
That's a wild project. It's going to be a novella. I was going to try and get it out for this haunt season, but life happened. But it will definitely be coming out next year. I'm almost halfway through with it now.
Okay. Is it going to be a actual haunting handbook or a story?
It's a story. It's the one we've been doing the radio play of, actually.
Oh, it's going to be that. Okay.
Yeah, that's the Hunter's Handbook. Yeah, that's what I named it. I've thought about putting out an actual haunt handbook, like for haunters. I've thought about that as well. I might do that eventually. It's something I think about a lot. And I know a lot of great people in the industry that I can do interviews with for it, because I wouldn't want it to just be my opinion, because there's so many different ways to haunt and there's so many ways to come about it that I distribute a lot of people to a lot of the things that I know. So I definitely want that to be like a haunt community sort of thing. Hey, he's back.
Would be amazing.
Just as I passed Botkins, he comes back.
So let me just say right now, the whole internet that goes down in the late summer to fall that I complain about every single year just went down. And the 2 parental units up at the house have no idea because their devices go straight to like cell phone towers.
There's a lot of solar flares right now too.
They don't even know that their internet went out. So yeah.
So Pyle broke the internet.
Well, the thing is, I've got a dish that is up at the house that projects internet all through this haunt. Don't ever have any problems. And trust me, I've looked at it and it says that it's projecting fine and it's hitting me with full signal. But if you ain't got a signal to project, there's your internet. So
yeah,
sorry about that. But yeah, Raz, trust me, Wade was listening to your whole thing about what y'all got going on at Hell's Dungeon, and I'm excited.
Oh yeah, I figured since you couldn't, I'd talk with him for a bit until we could get you back.
Oh yeah, and trust me,
and then you could.
I was about ready to take a shiny toaster and throw it in a bathtub.
I was gonna do another interpretive dance, but I'm in the car and in the dark. I don't want you guys to miss it. So
yeah.
No, we don't want to miss that. I will see about doing my interpretive dance on vacation and have Josh record to send to you guys.
Yes.
I'll put it on. I will put it on the Corpse Garden Chronicles page for those. It'll be the only place. Now, how did you guys decide to become a charity haunt?
That was a no-brainer. There was a Relay for Life team that my family controlled, and it was called Feathers of the Phoenix, and we donate money into that instantly. That's exactly the way that we start doing it. And if it couldn't get better, it absolutely could, because we still donate money into Relay for Life. Every time that you pay here at Chainer's Field of Screams with your credit card, it goes straight to Relay for Life.
That is epic. What are the different things you put on to help the community when you're not haunting?
Underwear.
Well, yeah, that's a plus. I mean,
underwear.
that does help the community out.
Hopefully it's clean.
Last year or this year, we actually donated a whole bunch of gloves to the people that had a tornado. So that was clothing. It wasn't underwear, but so we actually partner up with the Salvation Army, and we do a toy drive. And when we do a toy drive, I mean, it is a all-day event. I go early in the morning, have a whole bunch of people, convince them that they all want to come spend quality time with me, and set this up. And I sit there. If it's raining, I sit there in the rain. If it is snowing, I sit there in the snow. If it is blistering hot, because we're in Ohio and Mother Nature doesn't know if she needs to be hot or cold. And we do that from 8 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. That sounds right. No, 7.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Maybe. I don't know. I have a whole bunch of notes on a whole bunch of things, what time it is, because the time actually got changed. It used to be 14 hours. And now I think it's down to 12, which is perfectly fine, because after 12 hours, this and that.
You kind of want to go home.
Oh, well, as soon as you get done with the toy drive and the trailer is full, the Salvation Army's vehicle is full, and this and that, you can go back to the Salvation Army and take all that stuff off and put it in a hallway. And then you can go to bed.
Yes.
Ironically, the next day, I have to do Santa Claus for Shelby County Historical Society.
Oh, that is awesome. So, about these characters that you've given me, you said this was one of April's?
That is one of Lollipop Chainer. Yep.
Okay. Sorry about that. What about this guy?
That would be my dad, and that is the Chainer in the cabin.
Ooh.
So, yeah. And that would be the exact same person, but different year, and his character changed. That year, he was a pig that was chopping up human body parts. That way he could serve them to other people.
Oh, wow. Hey, you're back, Raz.
Strong liver.
Exactly. Ooh, and this is Chainer's well.
That is Chainer. That is actually Chainer at a music festival. And Chainer went back to the same music festival this year, and that music festival had a wonderful talk, and it was very interesting having a talk with a lot of people from that music festival.
Oh, wow. Did you bring Grandma this time like you have in the picture?
I brought Grandma and Grandpa, and Grandpa went to a new location.
The sun does not shine there.
No. Okay, so this is one of the scenes that we are replacing with Sweet Tooth this year. It is going to be a candy store that the candies look like they're trying to eat you. Last year, all those flowers are from a cemetery. Here's the kicker. You put flowers on your grandma's tombstone, and then all of a sudden there's a bad wind that goes through. I don't know what fell, but okay. What happens is they don't know where it came from, so unfortunately they just pile it up and it goes in the dumpster. Well, we knew the right people to talk to, and we collected them. So on the sign it says Four Cousins Flower Shop, pre-used cemetery flowers. It was a accurate sign. And this year it's going to go into Sweet Tooth as long as we can get Sweet Tooth up here. And I mean, like a Sweet Tooth shop, not a Sweet Tooth character from a video game. So you're not going to find him. And in fact, most of our characters, we do not like to have them from movies. We like them to be created. That way someone doesn't go through and look at us and say, well, he's not acting like the real character would be. Well, yeah, we understand that.
That's
I think it's cooler to have
way of
your
saying
own.
I'm a terrible Beetlejuice.
No, that's not the case at all. That is someone had Freddy Krueger one year, and somebody looked at him and goes, why aren't you cussing? That's what Freddy does. And I looked at him, I said, you know what my character does? He goes, what's that? I said, kicks you out of the haunt. And he looked at me and goes, I'm moving. That's what I thought.
You know, I've been thinking about it, and I might try a second Hollywood character this year that I've been thinking about for a while, actually, at one point.
Ooh.
What you got?
I'll do a voice, and you tell me if you know what it is. Are you ready?
Lydia Dietz.
You'll die if you try. Hello, fat boy.
Oh, Pennywise.
The original, because no one does that anymore.
Yep.
No, nobody does him anymore, and I love him as Pennywise. How many haunts have you actually acted at?
Ooh. Give me a sec here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm up to 9.
Okay. At which haunt did you start doing Chainer?
So Chainer was starting to be developed when I ran the chainsaw at Lockington's Haunted Firehouse. May that haunt rest in peace. Ironically, the Lockington Haunted Firehouse got shut down because of fire codes.
Oh, wow.
State Fire Marshal came in, looked at it, and said, we can't do this like this. And then a state building instructor looked at the building and said, hey, does anybody realize that the second story is about ready to fall into the first story? And there's a pretty heavy guy up there. Mama didn't make a small man.
No. But we're happy you exist.
There's a couple of you that say that. Anyway.
Yeah, and we mean it every time we say it. How many other, out of all the other characters that you've played, do you have any other favorites?
No, because the first character I played was a devil that would smack a baby against a window. And I was like, I'm not a fan on that. Then I got stuck in a strobe room that had tinfoil all across the walls. And that kind of gave me a headache every single night because they would stick a clown mask on me, which I don't like clowns now because of this. And if I ain't got my glasses, I can't see diddly squat. Then they put me in a room that I started developing, understanding this and that. And then someone didn't show up and they threw me in chainsaw. And then I developed Chainer. And when I developed Chainer that year, I found a love for it. Yes, I could design rooms, but I wanted to be outside. That chainsaw and me, we made friends. That year, I made someone crap theirself and pee theirself, and I got the Golden Toilet Award. I've bragged about that many times on this network, that I have got that award, and I got it in my 3rd year. So when I did, he just was not happy with me, and everybody couldn't believe that I made him go through the next section being a crawl through maze.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is like,
Proud
wow.
Proud moment.
When making new sets, how long does it take to go from idea to finish?
It depends. Depends on what parts we need, what we're thinking. Does the person have a great design on it and a good grasp on it? Or does the person just kind of look at you and go, this is what I'm thinking? And how's the weather? If the weather is terrible, you ain't going to get as much done because it is so hot. You don't want to be out there in the heat. We're outside, so there is no such thing as air conditioning.
No.
Right now, it's still 83 degrees, and it's at night.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
I mean, that's pretty much how you feel about setup, right?
Yeah.
Wade here, that's with me. He's one of the people that helped set up things, this and that, and he absolutely agrees. That's unfortunately the nature of our beast being outside. There was one time that I had a full intention of coming out, spending quality time, and it rained and rained and rained and rained. The next day, it was so muddy because it actually was flooding that evening.
Yeah.
And when
That
I
is
say
no
flood,
fun to even try to build.
yeah, when I say flood, I mean our field floods, and what, we get about 2 feet down here?
Yeah.
About 2 feet of water.
Oh,
You don't get that at Hell's Dungeon.
No. But
That's
I
when it
have got
becomes
that in my
the
yard.
Chainer's water park of screams.
We've actually had a boat down here. We've actually had a boat, and we floated an airboat down here. A inflatable boat. We pumped it up one time, and we floated it around and did a great job. Almost sent Budsy on it. But that was
Nice.
in the off season. Oh, I've lost some skids. And when I say, I mean, like, we have skids on the outside that we use to build stuff, and we had to reclaim some of the skids, but not all of them because they went down the creek.
Oh, wow.
Okay, good. I thought we were talking about underwear again for a second.
No, not skid marks. Wooden skids. Good try, Raz. Good try.
I'm working on it.
What is his favorite part of the hunt so far?
Wade's favorite part?
Yes.
Okay, Wade. What's your favorite part?
I like the barrel scene and the tunnels. I really like quite a bit.
Oh, cool.
So
And
we have
what
two
type of
scenes.
that?
We have 2 scenes here. One is a skid scene, which is a tunnel, and it absolutely has skids. And we've got little crackers in it that flash and bang at you.
Strobe lights.
And we have little twinkling lights that are all down the whole thing. Doesn't make a lot of people sick. It just takes them off guard. And the other scene he's talking about is barrels that actually run on air, and they move around, and they're loud. They clank. There's sirens in it. We got that one done last year, and it was supposed to have a fountain in it, and I didn't get it done. And this year I realized that the fountain was a 55-gallon drum of water.
I don't know. There's so many scenes. It's hard to really pick a good one. Really.
Dude, I really like your one that's a that skeleton that goes about 20 feet up in the air.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun.
There's a skeleton that we have that's 20 feet up in the air. When you get close enough, it turns on a light on the skeleton, and then it drops down, and you don't see it when it's 20 feet up in the air. And when I say 20 feet, I mean that has to be 20 feet up in the air.
Yeah. And it comes down right at face level. Pretty much looks you straight at eye to eye when it
Right.
comes down.
There's some people that run through the haunt, and when they run through the haunt, they'll stand underneath of it and start coming down, and they can hear the hissing from the air cylinder, and they look up, and here's the feet almost smacking them in the face. It's just because
Oh,
they
wow.
ran through the haunt.
Wade, are you an actor too, or do you just build and upkeep the haunt?
I'm a behind the scenes guy. I'm the one that tries to make everything work from his ideas that come out of his head. He gives me an idea, says, "Can you make this work?" And I pretty much make his dreams come live. Is what I try to do.
Oh,
so when it doesn't work, it's your fault.
Yeah. If anything's broke, the first thing comes on the radio, I get running down there to get it repaired real quick.
Yep.
From lights to whatever.
So
he's a really good
improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's really good at it, and we keep on saying, anybody hear Wade? Hopefully he comes back this year. And then all of a sudden he just pops up, and we're like, yay, Wade came back. But he loves
Wade's
doing
our
this.
superhero.
He loves doing this, so as long as he loves doing it, and he can find a release in his creativity on this. I mean, there's things that he just looks at us and goes, "Hey, this is what I'm building." It's like, go for it, man. Yeah, that heck, you built that skeleton at your house and brought it here.
Yeah. That was just a brain idea I had, and just came up with it and just made it. So kind of same thing with the barrels. You had an idea, and I just put it together.
Yep.
So yeah, the reason I got into this was my daughter. She wanted to try it, so she did it for 3, 4, or 5 years, whatever it's been now. And then my mother, which I lost her almost 20 years ago, she was huge into Halloween. So and that's another reason I do it. And then also for the donations and everything because of cancer, because my oldest sister, she had breast cancer as well. Thank God she came through it okay. But that was another reason why I love doing this so much and supporting it, because of the charity and everything we do.
Yeah, we also donated into soccer.
Yep.
That was your idea too.
That is epic.
And that's the thing. I want to give credit to people because I might be the one that tells you, hey, let's twist it this way or let's do it that way. But I'm not the one that needs to shoot out all the ideas. That's where I encourage everybody, hey, we're a family, we work together, and we want to do this.
That is epic. How long has Wade been working in the haunts?
What this 5th year? 4th, 5th year?
This is the
awesome.
5th year for you.
Okay. I knew it was 4 or 5 years, something like that.
It was 5th year because you and her came in the 2nd year.
Yeah, 2nd year.
And she was over there.
The graveyard.
Graveyard, screaming. And she had a great scream voice.
Yeah, you hear it all the way at the front of the field.
All right. There was actually people at the in-between that was talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck is that scream? You didn't do any other haunts than this one, right?
I went up there to Haunted Town Hall one time and helped.
Yep. He's been at Haunted Town Hall and helped out up there. Other than that,
no, that's about it. I just stayed to this one.
That is awesome.
But I don't know. I built 7, 8 scenes, 9 scenes, something like that. Help build.
Yeah,
something like that.
You did the gator.
Yeah.
When you did the gator, we couldn't figure out why we was losing water, and come to realize that it kept on tearing the bottom underneath it.
Yep.
But that's after we lost all the water.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you're going to have a pond or anything like that, my suggestion is don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
It brings a hell of a water pill.
Yeah. It was neat.
It was. It was a great trick.
How many scenes are at the haunt?
Scenes this year.
How many scenes do we have at the haunt?
I think 16 or so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, back to 8, 10, 11,
16.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18. 18 different scenes.
You saw it here
That is-
first, folks. Pyle can count to 18.
18.
Well, that's okay. He at this point the job he does well and he's not at the haunt is the job my son wants. So yes. Luckily he has some great role models. Oh, who has been your greatest role model as a haunter?
Greatest role model as being a haunter. This is going to sound weird, but greatest role model at being a haunter, and he wasn't even a haunter. It is Thomas Edison, the man that made the light bulb. And the reason I say that is because I tell this to these kids all the time. When Thomas Edison first created the light bulb that worked, a newspaper reporter came up to him and asked him, "So, how did you feel when you failed at making the light bulb over 10,000 times?" And he said, "I never failed at making a light bulb 10,000 times. I was able to not make a light bulb over 10,000 times. And I learned from the mistakes that were not mistakes. They were teaching tools." And I've taken that into the haunt, and that's why my character is adapted. And now my character is able to come out, talk to people, ask them if they want some candy, hold up grandma that's in the urn, get a piece of candy out, make them feel uncomfortable, take pliers, look at them and say, "I sure like that wonderful piercing in your nose. I know how you put that in. I know how you take it out, but that's not the way I'm going to do it." And Hell's Dungeon's seen me do it. Hell's Dungeon's seen Grandpa.
They've snorted it. They've eaten it.
Grandpa was actually started at Hell's Dungeon, but he is a chainer, and he will be at Chainers this year. I guarantee you.
We got to do our urn project this year, man.
You'll have to refresh my memory later on. There's
I
like
will.
10,000 people that's asking me about urns.
No, we were going to do this project where we had an urn, and then the urn had a story, and we were going to make different haunts, like hold it for a week at a time. It's the traveling urn.
Yep. Ashley's urn.
Yeah, yep. I see another one of your haunters in the chat.
Oh, yeah? Who's in there? Because I have no idea.
I see it. There
Jerry
you go.
says great
Oh,
builder,
look.
maintenance man, and fountain of information. That partially describes Wade.
Yeah.
Been waiting for him to pop in.
It was Dad talking about how great you are, and I will also let you know right now, if Dad's watching us. Hey, Dad, do you know that the internet is not working properly?
Pyle broke the internet.
Hey, it's working off my phone just perfectly fine.
And also, Dad, you have a penance to serve for not appearing on the show tonight. I'm going to need you down at the dungeon twice this year. That's why. That's 2 times. And also, me and Pyle want bunk beds so we have more room for activities.
Oh, jeez, Raz. We need to have a bunk bed scene down here. I don't care. I highly suggest Raz be on top because I'll tell you what, I'm a big boy.
It's cool.
A big boy.
Pyle prefers bottom.
If I would break something, he would see his life flash in front of his eyes.
Okay, anyways, where has been some of your favorite places to guest hunt?
I love going to Carnage. I love going to Haunted Town Hall. Love going down to Hell's Dungeon. If we rain out, usually we go up to Haunted Town Hall. If we are scheduling ourselves, we can go down to Hell's Dungeon or Carnage.
That is epic.
But I honestly got an invitation to go up to Wells Township this year.
That is
Nice.
so cool.
Yeah, I got an invitation to go there. I also got an invitation to go to DHH, which is Distraction Haunted House in Bowling Green. I almost said Green Bowl.
Oh yeah,
Bowling
that's a
Green.
great one too, man.
Yep. So it's really nice to be said, hey, I go ahead, let us know. You want to come? That's fine.
Oh yeah.
How often would you say you get rained out at a hunting season?
Last year it was 0.
No, it was twice.
Did we get rained out twice?
Twice. The year before, you had 0.
Okay. So the average is like 1 or 2, right?
Yeah, I'd say.
On the average, it's about 1 or 2. Last year we got rained out twice. Well, no, 1 was rain and 1 was wind.
Wind, yeah, that's right.
1 was rain and 1 was wind. And we take wind very seriously because this is a active woods. And safety is a key factor with us. And I'll go ahead, I'll make some phone calls. We'll look at some stuff. And if the tops of the trees are really swaying, some of these things, we don't want people down here when there's a branch that might come down.
Okay.
But yeah, 2 years ago, it was 0.
Yeah.
Huh. And another
That
thing
is
I will
awesome.
tell you is as soon as there's a thunderstorm, I'll be gosh dang if 10,000 kids don't call me to find out if we're running.
Yep. I miss trails
Well-
sometimes, man. I really do.
How many haunt actors do you normally have a year?
18?
Are we talking about when we start or are we talking about towards the end?
At the most?
18.
I was going to say 18 or 20.
Yeah, on average.
On average, about 18 or 20. It really depends. I can't really count Budsy because he's a hit and miss. He actually only gets to haunt 6 times. No,
Okay.
he only gets to haunt 3 times. Yeah, he only gets to haunt 3 nights because he's in band and he's got to be there at a football game on a Friday. And then he runs on Saturday, and then he rests, and he comes out here on Saturday evening. But that boy sure does love it. And he loves coming down to Hell's Dungeon, too.
Oh yeah. We love
You have
having you guys
amazing
here.
kids. Definitely amazing kids.
It's definitely a party for us anytime Chandler shows up, man. Like we fucking love it. Seriously.
Oh,
I've already
yeah.
got some of our actors asking when you guys are coming because they miss you. I've been hearing that a lot lately, actually. When's
They
Chandler's
miss
coming?
They miss our cooking.
They miss you. You guys in general. They all love you.
we do some really good cooking.
That is awesome.
But we're almost at a commercial break already.
Yeah, I was going to say, how about we go ahead and have a commercial break?
Is our guest able to come back after the commercial?
I'll ask. We do a commercial break. Do you want to stay for after? That's fine. So he said during the commercial he will probably sign off, jump in his vehicle, and preferably not hit my vehicle because my car got hit today.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I wasn't in it. It was parked.
Okay. Thank you, Wade. We appreciate getting to talk to you and find out more about you.
Much love, man.
Yep.
See you tomorrow.
Yep. See ya.
See you next truck out.
Be safe.
Yep.
Okay, we are going to have a commercial break and then we'll be back afterwards.
Na, 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 na,
Put it away. Put that thing away.
Greetings and shabibans. We are the Retro Reductibus Cephala Podcast, a long-form bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
Yeah, that sounds good, but I don't know what all those words mean.
I think what Parasite Steve's trying to say is that on Retro Redoctopus, we explore a range of retro goodness, from toys, video games, and movies, to cartoons, and even snacks and school lunches.
Oh. And we do it all with a positive spin, a slew of killer guests, and some very adult language.
And you know what else is cool?
No.
This crazy show is part of the Dorking Podcast Network with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
What's that?
And if waiting 2 weeks for a new episode gives you a sad, know that we drop bonus episodes all the time, like the off-format Crow's Nest and an interview series we call The Brig.
You can listen to Retro Octopus on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any app that's cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all the things that make growing up awesome.
And we're back. Yay, and both my friends are still here.
Yeah. Don't worry, Dad said he's going to restart the internet.
Uh-huh.
Oh, lovely.
It is mine.
That's great. And
It
we're
really-
like halfway through the show.
Yeah, I know. It really does this, no kidding, about the same time every year. And I call the internet company and I tell them to bring their dang truck and this and that and fix this, do this. And, you know, I have no control on the internet. I
No.
have control over the haunt, but the haunt is not the internet. The internet is not the haunt.
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
No, but what we've been trying to do is try it without sauce and then try it with sauce.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That freaking night.
The chicken's terrible no matter what.
This is a good question for both of you guys.
'Kay.
When a person comes to apply at the haunt, how does the interview process work?
Well, if they want to be there, you don't want to hire them because they're fucking crazy.
So I don't have a application. I have a let's see what you can do and how you can fit in.
Look what I can do. Look what I can do.
Pretty much. One girl said, I can do this. And she did a back bend and a twist. And she goes, I can fit in a box. And I told her, I said, do you want to be a jack in a box? Because that's what I can do. So we actually had a jack in the box made for one character, and she went in that box a few times, and then she decided that this was just not for her. And unfortunately, I'm dealing with mostly teenagers. So the teenagers, we all have to remember that they do have different ideas. And they want to prove a point. So when you want to prove a point, sometimes you just don't listen. But we don't have applications. We have, let's see what you can do.
Okay. And if the person doesn't like the first character that they start, but they want to continue being a haunter, do you talk with them and help them find something that is more fit to their personality?
Absolutely not. I go ahead, I give them a pink slip and tell them, hit the road. Don't worry about calling your parents. Yes. We can try different characters. We can try different areas. We can try this and that. The one thing that no kid off the street is going to come in here and do is anything with tools or weaponry that is any type of real or saws. That is absolutely a safety training class. I have 3 of them that need to complete it. That they all agree that they want to do it, but they all agree that they also need to do that class. One tried being like, well, I really don't have to take that class, do I? And I said, oh, yes, you do. You're not getting out of this.
Okay. And do you hold this class at certain times a year? Or is it pre-haunt season or whenever they ask for the class?
It is absolutely pre-haunt season that you have to do the class. And because the class is not just, hey, this is this is that. Number one, if you come up to me and you say, I can run chainsaw, and I say, okay, then run the chainsaw, that would be a very, very unrespectable answer by me.
Yes.
We have to make sure that, number one, anyone can start the chainsaw. Anyone knows how to shut it off properly. Chainsaws do have brakes on them. Why is this chainsaw sounding like this? We actually had one person that we yelled at him multiple times throughout the night. Not in his face or anything like that, but across the field. Brake. Chainsaws look pretty when the brakes are on because they start to spark. Do I want that? No, because that's parts I have to replace. So me teaching you properly and how to do this is very important. One of the things about a chainsaw is I will tell you, I want you to scare that tree and make that tree back up. If anybody can make a tree back up, you're amazing. And I want to know what kind of Harry Potter crap you got. But
Abracadabra.
But when it comes down to it, safety is such a key factor that I've been at other places, looked at their setup and said, nope, I'm done. Because I cannot ignore safety.
Yeah.
There is a person that has something to do with this marking right here. Won't announce his name at all. Bryant. But he does not trust me. Even though I have so many years in experience and this and that, because I have the Olsen twins.
Yep.
And no one should ever have the Olsen twins. My grounds, I will be probably about 20 feet away, and you can hear the Olsen twins. I don't have to get near you with those. Do we have
You got them with
insurance?
you?
No, actually, they're at home.
Damn it, Pyle.
Everything is. I mean, I don't have anything here. I mean, hold on.
Is your new axe up at least?
No, that's at home too.
Oh, Pyle.
But I will tell you that this is real. We use it as a prop. It's in the back. It is away from people. We make sure that stuff is put away. I don't want people touching it. There is. Oh, Jenny, you have a picture of Chainer's toys room.
I do. Okay.
You do. That is the seriously most dangerous room in our haunt. But there is fence between every customer and those real weapons. I don't know how far you got it or anything like that. But yeah, Chainer's toy room is.
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah. When we get this pulled up, I'll explain this entire thing because it's actually got most of my collection. The axe that Raz was just talking about has got to go in that collection.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's at home. But that room has fence that goes from up to the handrail. And the only way that somebody can go in there is actually if you go into that door, and the door has a spring and it shuts automatically. So there's no confusion, no accident that somebody went in that room.
Okay.
The only haunter that actually goes in that room that's other than my character is Taco. And Taco told me that room freaks him out. Just because everything that's on them walls is real. Everything. But no customer can get to it. Even where the door is, the door does not have a fence on top, but it is farther than an arm's length of grabbing anything that would cause any harm to you. It also has a rotary phone on it in there. Did you find it yet?
Has a rotary phone. You gave me a whole lot of pictures, dude.
I know, right? Isn't it great?
So many pictures.
I did, and I told her, I said, here, pick which picture you want.
Here's
Imagine, if you will.
okay.
So that's the cabin. That's the toxic swamp that we had years ago. That is
Alrighty.
Yeah, that's the toxic swamp. We want to redo that, but we want to make it bigger.
Nice.
I mean, bigger.
You need a toxic Avenger up in there, man.
We're actually doing a tree monster in there.
There we go.
There's another picture of Dad.
I love that one.
That's the back of the trailer. Even Fear has a smile. Hey, look, there's a coupon. Anybody looking for a coupon? Here it is. This is a coupon for this year. Screenshot it.
Or send a message to Friday with the library in the blue box, and I will send you a coupon.
Those are two awards that we won the same exact year with the Salvation Army. One is the Battle of the Mascots, which Spooky won, and those are volunteers. And then the other one is the internet kettle, which is online kettle, which almost no one really did anything with the kettle. And it was like, okay, well, what are we doing with this? So we just kept on telling people, hey, can I borrow $1? Well, actually, can I just have $1? And then as soon as I said what it was for, people would actually go online and give us more than $1, which, that was awesome.
That is epic.
There's Budsy in one of his first clown outfits.
That is cool. And no, I wasn't bad mouthing clowns. I'm just saying I was a clown for 5 years straight. I want to try something else.
That is exactly why I sent to OHA from Chainersville Screams, because that's pretty much how we feel. Sunday is not a thing for us because we don't exist. Monday, we're crawling to recover. Tuesday, we're feeling better. Wednesday, it's like, oh, okay. Thursday, we're jumping for joy because Friday and Saturday, we're haunting.
That is awesome.
Yeah. That is a picture of the toy drive last year. And the reason that it is with the trailer underneath that is because a nasty wind came through and was trying to take that entire thing down. And we didn't even get the tarp on.
Two seconds, gentlemen.
2 seconds. 1, 2. But I've done stuff with the Salvation Army's Stuff the Bus for many years in Shelby County, Ohio. But when we announced that it was going to be a partnership with the Salvation Army and Chainersville Screams, that was when we had to have the banner. That was something that was
awesome.
Absolutely mandatory by the Salvation Army. Captain at the time, she said, please go ahead and let's get this new banner done. And we did it. And we use that banner still today. It is at the Salvation Army. It's actually supposed to be coming back to the haunt. If I get it, I can display it here. But we actually were supposed to get another banner that said Chainer's Field of Screams, home of Chainer's Haunted Secrets. And that did not get done. And I don't know if that'll get done before we start the haunt or not.
Okay.
So that is the cabin. That is right across from me. The reason that it has a Indiana flag draped across it on that casket is because there was a haunt in Union City, Indiana that went down. And when they went down because they were moving, they wanted to sell some stuff off. Well, we made a deal with them that we would purchase everything they had for this set amount. And we got 2 caskets, and we wanted to just send a display and just tell people, hey, this is what's going on. We truly are thankful that they were able, because they were a charity haunt too.
That is amazing that you were able to get so much. Not that they went down.
That is the award that I got for Haunter of the Year from OHA. I don't know if they're going to give that to me again this year or not. I don't even know if that's a yearly award, even though it says award of the year. But we'll see how that plays out, because I just absolutely love OHA. I think it's a wonderful group. We all agree that we really need to have more haunts.
Yes. That would be amazing. Especially here in Texas, we need more haunts.
Yeah. Hey, Jenny, can you let Raz back in?
Yes, I can let Raz back in. I didn't know he left.
Oh, you didn't know I left? That's messed up,
Sorry,
man.
Raz.
That's okay. I've been here like almost like 10 minutes. I've been sent back here. Man.
I can't see past.
It's okay. I'm just messing with you.
Okay, that's
So-
I can't see the picture because
That's fair,
while
that's
I'm
fair
going
enough.
through the pictures, I can see this. So you're gonna have to
Yeah,
tell me
that's
if there's something I need to do otherwise.
I can't put
So-
myself in from the phone for some reason. I don't have it logged into the right account.
So, the picture that you had before there, that was the Battle of the Mascots, which is part of
Yes.
the toy drive. And the ice cream beat everybody, and Spooky said, he wasn't really trying. Spooky is the pumpkin in the back. First year that the pumpkin showed up, he won. We didn't really do anything much. We didn't buy a whole bunch of stuff for him. We just wanted to introduce him to everyone. And there was a little girl that handed him a bicycle and said, "I like pumpkins." And
That
the
is
fire
cool.
dog made a comment. "What the heck? It's a pumpkin." Yep, there is. But we actually have to figure out who's going to be Spooky this year. We lost our Spooky, but Spooky will go on. We just got to figure out who's going to be brave enough to take the honor of being our kid-friendly mascot for our haunt.
Not it.
Okay.
Raz said he's it.
No, not it.
Oh, okay. So that is a picture of the barrels that Wade was talking about earlier. As you can see, those cables actually have to be there because those barrels come at you.
Oh wow,
They tip forwards.
dude, that would be amazing to see.
Yep. Boy, that's a really small one, but that is a award. That is a award from Ohio Valley Haunts that was given to Dad for the best Undertaker.
Hell yeah.
I had no control on that one at all.
Yeah,
They
you sent
came
me a
up
bunch
here.
of pictures.
They came up here, looked at me, and said, "Hey, who's your Undertaker?" And I explained who it was, and he goes, "Nice."
Nice, dude.
Epic.
That's actually the second award we got from them. One of these pictures shows a picture of someone else that won an award, and you'll be like, "What the heck?"
It's a picture of a picture.
Yeah. So that's the cabin, and I think that was the second year. The second year,
Okay.
or the first year. I can't tell you. This cabin has been a bait shop before. This cabin has been the cabin. This cabin has been, the funeral home. I mean, we've made this cabin into a lot of things. And the thing is, that cabin means a lot to me and my father because that is the first thing that we built.
Hell yeah, man.
As soon
That is
as
epic.
we got the insurance, he said, "Hey, let's go talk to these Amish and let's go get boards." Those are actual boards that the Amish cut off the edges of trees. And we made a deal with them, and we got a whole bunch of wood and lumber like that. And that's what the entire side of this cabin is made out of.
Amish Raz approves.
Amish Raz approves.
Mhm.
There's the toxic swamp again. There's a picture of my father and my son. I actually took that and put that into a computer and really twisted that. And I said, "Who do you think would win?" Come find out at Chainer's Field of Screams.
Oh wow.
The bait shop. That is exactly at the cabin. That is the fence right beside the cabin.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, tell you what,
Lolly again.
there's a stool here that Dad sits on, and I don't understand how he sits on that thing. It's the most
Is it loose?
uncomfortable thing. Oh, it's horrible. So there's Lolly there.
Pyle stool is loose.
Those are my kids. And that was a picture of him before he went to homecoming.
Nice.
And we had a costume. We had a contest a couple of years ago on if anyone could look through and find out what the name of that horse was, they'd be in the running for tickets. And let me just tell you right now, the horse's name is Keith.
Keith?
It is named after a guy that owned the haunted garage in Tip City.
Yep.
And he passed away. When he passed away, I asked his wife, I have a prop. Can I name it Keith? And she goes, yes. I said, good, because Keith is now at my haunt.
It's awesome, man. He was a good guy.
Yeah. He was a great guy.
I missed that haunt, man.
So that is a picture of what we call the Dent children. These were props from Dent Schoolhouse in Cincinnati. We purchased them off of them. They said, hey, they're not in best condition. They're great. They're absolutely great for what we have them on. This picture was before we got the chairs from the theater. Now we got them sitting in theater chairs. And in fact, one is supposed to be popping up out of that chair. And Wade said it's on his to-do list. But he's got other projects he wants to do first.
That's awesome, dude.
Okay.
There's a good old Spooky.
And he has a chainer's mark.
He does have a... Well, actually, Spooky's got his own chainer mark. There's a picture of Dad in his costume last year.
That is cool.
There's a couple years ago, Dad. There is a picture of my daughter, Ivy.
She is adorable.
She has been haunting from the first time that she was born. And I say that because she was less than 1 year old when she scared the hell out of somebody because she was in the ticket booth. And all of a sudden, she just screamed because she wanted a bottle. The person that was buying tickets jumped backwards and said, "What the hell is that?" And I came around the corner. I said, "My daughter."
That's our little monster.
That is the official little monster right there. This is one of the bash cages. Bash cages are pretty cool. If you're a farmer, you'll know exactly what that is made out of. That is made out of a tote shuttle cage. You just cut 2 bars out, flip one on top of the other, and it makes a heck of a cage.
That is wow.
Yeah, and then you paint it with fire. Sent you that because there's not a single OHA meeting that has been done since 2020 that Chainers has not been involved with. So I also am the one that runs the Ohio Haunters Association's Haunter Video Check-In. And the reason I run it is because we all need a friend that understands. So we have this. And as much as they put up the warning that it is not a suicide talk and this and that, if you need seek help. By the way, I've forgotten to put that warning on the last 2 meetings.
I've been sad because I didn't get to come to the last one.
There's a good picture of this little kid that just wanted to see Spooky.
Oh.
This is a picture from us doing the Kids No Boo Trick or Treat. That is when you can go down our trail 100% free and just go take your kids trick-or-treating. We do this the first Saturday of October, and it's only for an hour and a half that we actually let people come onto the grounds and go through. I mean, if they're still on the ground after 2 hours, it's whatever. But it's just built around trying to get kids to be okay with haunts. That way we can strengthen the haunting industry. And this is where you can buy tickets at $8 instead of $12 without having the coupon or making any type of donation. You come to this event, you can go and buy the tickets at $8. And
that is amazing.
You can take those tickets, walk right off the grounds, come back that night, or come back any night that we are open during October. That way you and your kids can enjoy it. This is actually one of the last things that we still have from the Botkins Haunted Barn. That is a actual log that was sawed and made into a giant jack-o'-lantern. When you come across him, you're coming to the close to the exit, but just because he has a sign on him that says exit this way does not mean that you are done with the haunt. He is not a safety recommendation. He is absolutely just there to tell you you're getting closer.
That is awesome.
There's actually people that stop and take pictures. Well, here it is. The fat zombie Elvis. He was there to cut another record across your face, and he is the one that won an award from Ohio Valley Haunts for the most creative scare. Who the hell ever wanted to be chased by that guy? And what you don't see is he actually has blue suede shoes on.
I love it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
His prop. Hold on here. We got it right here.
I love this picture so much.
This prop has seen age, but that is the prop right here. It is a actual record that is screwed into a baseball bat.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a record. I mean, you hit something with that, you'd probably shatter it. I can't tell you what the record was.
It's on the other side.
I'm looking at it over here. It doesn't say either side.
Oh wow.
It was
Great.
Whatever COR, one word, and then STEP something on the Arab word. But yep.
Okay.
And he actually brought his karaoke machine, and he would actually sing karaoke. There's another picture of Dad.
Did that make it karaoke?
His singing was karaoke. great guy. Just that voice.
Please scared my Okie.
Okay, this is a picture of Jester in her area. She made this area last year, and in fact, it is about 50 feet away from where I am right now. I can actually see the paint glowing.
That is cool.
Oh, yeah. And here's a picture of where I am right now. And one of the coolest things is, oh, look, Raz disappeared. This is a tin roof. It is metal above my head.
Okay.
So
let me know when he comes back in, please.
Okay, I absolutely will. Have no idea until he puts it in the private chat.
Okay. Okay, I'll keep looking back over as I'm going through.
Okay, so
I have no idea how many pictures you sent me. You sent me a lot. I have no idea either.
Yeah, I know, right? Told you could pick a couple of them. So this was the actual corn from the cornfield that we actually made last year. The corn did pretty good, but we put a blue light on it, and it gave it that really, really interesting look. Lighting is 90% of your haunt. That would be that would be Wade's daughter.
So cool.
Yep. She would hide in a corner and she would scream. This was actually the year that we introduced the fog machine underneath the tent we used to put up.
Okay.
And that is the haunted barn. If you look in the back, there's a picture of the skeleton that says, "I like pictures."
Yeah, it does.
It does. It says, "I like pictures." It sure as the heck does. Yep. There's
Dad again.
Dad. Yep. There is the barrel that Spooky brings when he does the Battle of the Mascots. He will take that metal barrel, he'll start smacking it on the side, and that's what we try our hardest to do. Just get toys.
Wow.
Toys. And there is one of the art pictures that we did after the music festival.
Cool.
There's the picture we were looking for. So that is Thomas's toy shop. Everything in that room is real. That right there is a real person. His name is Taco. He actually does 2 different haunts, my haunt and Sydney. But the funniest thing about this is Taco said, "We'll do the red light. We can't do that blinking light because that drives me insane." And all it is a random pattern light. But he will not do anything with anything on that wall because that is a major collection. That's one side of the collection.
Okay.
There's Ravy when she was little.
Adorable.
Yeah, well, so there was that broken doll, and she wanted to play with the doll. And she was playing in this playhouse. We don't have that playhouse no more. And that's all she wanted to do was play in that playhouse with that little doll.
Okay.
That is the next room over from this one. She's trying to do some face pies.
Okay. My first thought was Finn.
We still go by that saying, where screams do the most good. We also have the other one that says, even fear has a smile. That's Dad's award from last year from OHA, which the haunt owners are the ones that picked that. And the thing was, I couldn't think of a single reason that he did not deserve it because last year he was haunting with a bad knee. And he actually, as soon as the haunt season was over, he actually had to have surgery to replace his knee.
He is one heck of a man.
That is the same mask, but on a different character. And he was always right behind a fence, and then as soon as people got close enough, he would whip himself out and look like that. And unfortunately, he hasn't returned in a couple of years.
Okay. There we go.
There you go. So one of the perks to that competition was, if we won that competition, we got a billboard with our name on it. They don't do this no more. They don't do this competition anymore. They only did it for a couple of years, and that was the whole thing. We were doing everything we could. That is the one that Wade was talking about that goes 20 feet up in the air.
Okay.
That would be Mean Green. He once in a while comes out to the haunt. We haven't seen him in a couple of years, but once he's like, oh, you know, I want to do this, he'll come back out.
Okay.
That is some of the biohazard marks that chainers have. And
That
there are so many chainer marks, it's not even funny.
the one with the skull I actually have on a cup.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. There's a picture of Haunted Town Hall in Lafayette's logo. That's wanted to give them a shout out because some of our props leave them and come to us.
That is epic. And this is one heck of a picture.
It is. So everybody had COVID. Everybody was scared. No one could do anything. They didn't have a proper graduation. So the kids all decided that they were going to make a parade of seniors. And they started at the school, marched around town, and then they came in here to the in-between. Well, that's where the pony and the skeleton had signs that said, congratulations, class of 2020.
Epic.
And look at the little rascals, and some of them are still here. This was year one.
Oh, awesome.
This was year one. This is a group of our haunters going to Dent Schoolhouse for their industry night.
Awesome.
And we're back to another picture of him. Is that all the pictures?
No, I still have more.
Oh, no.
You sent me a ton.
So this is my niece. She wants to go and she wants to scare. And last year she took this picture. We modified it with the words, and she was the poster child on how this could actually be understood, that these are volunteers, these are kids, these are people that want to learn this stuff.
And here is the last picture.
All right. So this was the year that we donated the first round to the Salvation Army's Emergency Disaster Service. And this was probably 2020. I would have to have you zoom in. I can't remember, but it wasn't much, but it was a start, and it was a nice start. That was, 2020. That was $610. And every time we do the check, we actually put somebody's name on it. If it's cancer, we could put Ralph Greaves' name on it because that's my grandfather that passed away this year, or this was done by Spooky. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that is the first design for Spooky. And if I could really think about it, I know exactly who is in there.
Okay.
Because I didn't even think about it, but that'd be one of the Garrett boys.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. When I bring memories, I bring them from all the years. And good thing I got a good memory, because half of those would be like, where the hell was that at?
Okay. I would happily save you, but I have really no idea where you are, Raz. But yeah. Okay. Holy cow. It's nearly an hour and 40 minutes. And I've actually talked to both of you guys and asked you both questions. And dude, you sent me like 60 pictures.
Hey, I told you I'm just going to send you a whole bunch of pictures. Go ahead and find some that you would like to ask questions about.
And the answer is all.
Well, we went through them all.
All is a great number.
And I'll tell you, when you go and you look at our haunt is totally different than anybody else's haunt. That's why I'll tell everybody that I am no better than anybody else, because our haunt's different. But the number one thing I will tell you is people come from Lima, Ohio, and they come down here, which is not too far away. It's 20 minutes, okay? Look at our stuff, and they swear up and down someone's going to have a pitchfork. I don't know where the heck that came from, that everybody believes that we have a pitchfork, but I don't think we actually have a pitchfork here at all. If I did have a pitchfork, I'd probably put it on something and put a sign that says, "For all them Lima folk."
Yes. So, what has been the biggest lesson you've learned as a haunter?
Biggest lesson of being my whole hunting career, or biggest lesson of being someone that's in charge of one?
Let's do both.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, I like the number all. So let's start with being a haunter.
So, biggest lesson of being a haunter is, number one, you're able to take your frustration out on people. But you got to understand that if you do something and one group didn't like it and another group didn't like it, that third group might like it. Every group is different. Every group is going to look at you in a different registry on them. So telling somebody, hey, you are not good at this, is not something we do. We look at you and say, we can do better. Overall, that would be a overall. The biggest lesson of being a person that, well, hi there. Yeah, I see you. But one of the biggest lessons of being a person that is in charge of one and owns it, and it's my money that I play with, but since the money that comes in is donated, you're going to lose money. You're going to. If you go into this and say, hey, this is my job, and you're doing this as a volunteer person that, donates the money, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose your money. Because as soon as you get a brand new prop, it's going to break. As soon as you get something fixed, it's going to break. But that being said, it's never been my haunt. It is everybody that's worked out here, everybody that works and volunteers, takes the time and works on projects. It is our haunt. And I cannot look at that. I have a friend that he makes haunts and he gets paid for making haunts. And he flat out told me, if I would have thought about this and known how this was, I probably would have never taken it as a job, because it destroys the passion that you have for, ooh, look what I can do. It is no longer, ooh, look what I can do, as much as, ooh, look at what I have to. So if you're okay with looking at it and saying, this is my job, and putting your risk on the line, but if you're not, then you need to understand that this is something that you're going to lose money, and it sucks. We all know it sucks.
As a owner of a haunt, what has been your greatest moment?
There's been so many great moments, but
one of the things I flat out said was I want one of my haunters to get out of school and go to college and then get a hold of me and say, hey, I'm haunting. And I know how to do this because of you. And that happened last year. She went to college and they did a haunt for her college. And they looked at her and said, do you know anything about this? And she goes, yeah. And that is when she made the comment, I know how to do this. Let me show you. She might not be the best haunter in the world, but she did good. Then she turned around and told me about it. And she found a picture of my award from OHA. And she showed everybody, this is who showed me and gave me the lessons. And the thing is, I don't have enough time to work with everybody, and I wish I did. If you're a volunteer and you're a haunter and you really, really want to do this, my practice, take it seriously, but not too seriously, because you want to enjoy yourself. So yeah, that's pretty much my favorite thing is knowing that I have a haunter that went to another haunt because they moved. And it wasn't because they were mad at me. It was because they grew up and they went someplace else and they succeeded.
That is amazing. Have there been days where you just didn't wanna anymore?
Yeah. This year, June 9th, I was told I lost my buddy. I was told that while I was at Midwest Haunters Convention. And I looked at all the haunt stuff. And it was really cool about 15 minutes ago. And I was destroyed. I kept on looking at stuff and I could not get my character to play. I could not get my character to do anything. And all my character wanted to do was go out to the field and haunt and destroy everything. And I really came back wondering if there was going to be anything I was going to do this year, or if I would have to take a hiatus off of this whole year. Knowing that if I take a hiatus, this field will not operate. And it's my volunteers that get a hold of me, talk to me, tell me what's going on. Hey, we're pulling a prank on you. This and that, is the ones that got me to start picking up the shovel, start working on stuff, start thinking about stuff. Hey, check this out. Hey, what about this? And that is the exact reason that I am so far behind, because I didn't want to do it. I am battling it every single time. But the week after that, I went ahead and I took a tiller, I tilled the ground, and I put in sunflowers. Mind you, this was a request by him. That before I left, he said, are you going to do it? And I said, I've got them in the cart for Amazon. I'll think about it. The thinking was done and over with. Because if the haunt was going to operate, it was going to have sunflowers. And sunflowers is not something that you see at a haunt. It's usually not a thing that you think about at a haunt. But these sunflowers are starting to bloom really, really big right now. And the heat has affected them and this and that. But they are actually coming at the point where they are showing what they are. And as soon as we get closer to haunt season, they will lose their leaves and they will look terrible, and you have to walk through them. Now, there's one section of them that did not come in correctly, and something happened, and they got knocked over. So I will have to put up a little bit of black chain to make sure that no one goes through that section. But my buddy that he passed away, his wife earlier this week got a hold of me and said, hey, I need to go out to the field and we're going to take a few photos. And her and the kids went through Dilbert's garden. And she's supposed to come tomorrow and actually clip some of Dilbert's flowers. That way she can take him to his grave. So, yes, there's been a moment where I've not wanted to do a single thing, and that has been pretty much this entire season. And I know when I get in my character, he's going to be horrible, he's going to be terrible, he's going to be the one that no one wants to deal with, just because I have so much buildup in me, and that is how I release it. I made a girl pass out last year just because she told me, well, I don't think this is scary. Well, I made her so scared she passed out. I don't know what's going to happen this year, but I know that he's going to be active and he is going to do stuff. And I don't care how many times you look at my character and say, man, he's got a big old gut. It don't matter. It doesn't. You can throw everything at the world at my character and he just doesn't care. So, yeah. Way to hit me with a hard question, Friday.
Sorry. And I understand grief. I totally get grief. And sunflowers are my favorite flower.
Well, yeah, we understand grief because we actually have a podcast show on this network about grief and about cemeteries and about, oh my gosh, what is that show called again, Friday?
Corpse Garden Chronicles.
Exactly. And who do I love being on that show with?
Hopefully me.
It is you. Because you actually have my grandparents' tombstones in the background, and I still don't think my mom figured it out.
Dude, they're part of the actual intro to the video.
I know. That's how I know my mom hasn't watched all my podcast shows, is because she hasn't seen her mom and dad's name on the screen.
Because I have had multiple family members tombstones on the show. Josh's, mine, yours. To have them there with us, because they're physically not here, but yeah, that's why I like cemeteries so much, and I love the sunflowers. That is one of the coolest things. Okay, I'm about to cry. We're getting near the end. How about we go ahead and do the thing where we share. Can you see it? Okay.
Yeah. I can see #haunt.
Yeah. Ooh, Stefan, you won a set of tickets.
Right.
So, how many are we doing?
Let's spin it one more time and we'll get the information off of 2 people and I'll give out 4 tickets tonight.
Okay, because we were doing both haunts.
Well, I know we're doing my haunt. I don't know if Hell's Dungeon is going to do it tonight.
Well, he said we could.
Okay.
Let's try to not get us. Okay, Mary, you got a set.
And Stefan.
Yep, Mary and Stefan.
All right. So what we're going to have to do,
what we're going to have to do is get the information from these two people, and I will go ahead and I will get one set sent out to one person and the other set sent out to the other person. The coolest thing about Hell's Dungeon is it's down in Dayton, Ohio, which I'm up here in Botkins, Ohio. Dayton is right down I-75 from me. And when I say it don't take that long, no, it don't take that long to go and visit Raz. So, the ironic thing is you might actually see my character at Hell's Dungeon. So if you're trying to see my character at Chainers and you didn't see my character at Chainers, you might see him at Hell's Dungeon towards the end of the season because I magically appear. Actually, I was there their first night and they stuck me in a room and I was a doctor. And I'll tell you what, I was not my character and I hated it. I hated it. I'm not good at being anything other than Chainer. He's a ridiculous a-hole, and he will introduce you to his grandparents.
I definitely would love to be introduced to the grandparents. So, I have two more questions.
Okay.
Can zombies climb?
Can zombies climb?
Yes.
Yes. The one picture is of Mean Green, and he is a zombie, and he is actually climbing that fence. I have never had a zombie not be able to climb. It is a capability thing, and zombies are supposed to have extreme strength, so I don't see why in the heck they can't climb. Do they have the function to climb correctly? Maybe not, but I'll tell you what. If a baby squirrel can climb a ladder, I'm sure that a zombie could figure out how to do it after a while.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure whether or not your haunt has rules for the limitations of zombies and their movements.
No, ours is most of our zombies are sprinters, and that fence has been redone 5 times because the zombies go flying at that fence, and Mean Green actually almost jumps halfway up that fence.
Okay, that is cool. Where do you want people to find you?
So, honestly, you can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Facebook. And you can find me a couple other places, and it's all under Pyle Hazard. But that's not what I want you to find. I want you to find Chainer's Haunted Secrets, and I want you to find Chainer's Field of Screams, because that's the biggest one. By the way, if you're in Indiana, there's a good chance you just might find out I'm pretty close to you, because we're right beside the border. Well, we're not right beside the border, but we're pretty close to Indiana border. I mean, it's about 45 minutes to the border from where we are. So if you are in Jay County, come on down. Because I'll tell you what, I get a whole bunch of Indiana kids to come over because we're the closest one to them. And if you're from New Knoxville, find out who in the heck is Googling me so much, because for some reason, New Knoxville is one of the smallest communities, but that is like the biggest place that people are Googling me. Google haunted houses, and they're finding Chainer's Field of Screams. Or no, they're finding Chainer's Field of Screams, and I have no idea who. By the way, this whole time, I didn't even realize that. It says Chainer's Field Screams. There's no of. I forgot to put of in there.
Yes. Yes, you did, but that's fine. It hasn't exactly mattered.
I'm sure it has. I'm sure everybody is double checking, looking at it and going, I can't believe this. Oh my gosh. Here I am searching it and it's not correct. Well, I'll tell you what. This might be the last 5 seconds of this place, but there's the of.
Alrighty. And dude, did I spell it right?
Yeah.
Dude, I spelled it right. Yay.
Yep. I was just trying to get everything hooked in, and this went horribly wrong in the beginning, but I got her. And
Okay, guys.
if you are near the Shelby County, the top of Shelby County, or in Auglaize County, and you guys feel like you want to give this a try, remember, we are a volunteer. No one gets paid. I don't get paid. That's why I keep on telling you, I use a lot of money, but come out and see what you like. Go through it. Enjoy it. That's all you got to do. Give it a shot. See if you like it. If you like it, or if you don't, maybe this one is not the haunt for you, but go out, go through a haunt this year, try a haunt this year, find out all the things, because I'll tell you what, watching people on video jumping up and down and scared and stupid is funny to watch, but it is more fun to scare them than to watch on film, because it gets your adrenaline pumping. It gets you feeling great. And I'll tell you what, you want to take out your pure emotion out on somebody, this is how you do it, in a positive way. And then go find your local Waffle House and go have waffles while there's still blood on your face.
Yes. And if you want the biggest scare possible, have the person at the front tell Chainer that you're coming for him. You're going to get the brunt of it because he's going to be waiting for you. Make sure you say your name. I know I will when I get to go. I'm not going to say Friday. I'm going to say the name my mother gave me.
What we like to do is look at little kids or teenagers and ask them, hi, how are you doing? Because the ticket person is the person that is the conversationist. They're the person that really gets the people thinking. And what you do is you look at them and go, hi, welcome to Chainer's Field of Screams. I just wanted to get to know you a little better. So where are you from? And they won't tell you. You look at their clothes. Well, says that you're from New Bremen, Ohio, because you have a cardinal on you. Oh, look, it's a varsity NB, New Bremen. Oh, look, there's your name on your jacket. Or you look at them and tell them, what's your name? Very nice to meet you. Hey, you know what one of the things that you should never do at a haunt is? And you look at them and go, tell them your name, because now everybody knows your name. And trust me, we're going to make sure that you know your name too. So yes, that is what we do. That is how we make you feel very uncomfortable. And when you say that, ew, this haunt, they didn't make me feel comfortable. Well, that is our job. I am sorry to tell you, we have succeeded at our job. I have a toilet bowl plunger, and I will chase you with it. Because, boy, does it look wonderful.
And to find our other host. No,
I'm not
you're
lying.
not.
I
He's
will
not lying.
sit in the porta john and wait for someone to open the door, and I will walk out with that plunger this year. I guarantee I'm going to do it.
That's going to be funny. Okay, for our other host, go to RazTSlasher.com or go find him at Hell's Dungeon this year. Please go visit Hell's Dungeon.
So
he has plenty of people waiting to scare you.
For everybody that's out here, I want to know. So, what haunt are you going to?
Yes. I'm going to make graphics about that, and I'm going to put it on both Corpse Garden and your page. What haunt are you going to?
Yeah, what
and I'll
haunt
share
are
it
you
with
going
Raz
to this
too.
year?
Yes.
And I will tell you, go to a home haunt. Those are pretty awesome too. We're going to have a home haunter on this show, by the way. She's from Texas.
I can't wait to see her. I'm hoping that I can talk some of our local haunts into actually calling me back. That's been the hard thing. But either way, don't what?
Don't give them an option. You look at them and say, "This is what we're doing to help the haunt industry." A lot of haunts are jumping on this. We've had haunts, some from Ohio, some from Texas, some from wherever. So why aren't you wanting to jump aboard this? That way you can get your haunt out there a little more. And you know what? We made the agreement. If you send us a video of one of your characters and give us a little information, we will put it on the end of the show. And Friday, have we had any?
No, and I've put it out there multiple times.
Oh,
we want
boy. We need to get that
characters.
because we want to advertise haunts. It can be a picture. It can be information of what haunt they're from, how long they've been haunting, what the character's name is. We want it for this show.
Yes.
This show is going to... Did we announce that yet?
No.
Ooh. Should we do it now?
Yes.
Okay. So, I am a haunter. Raz is a haunter. Ron is a haunter. So, Fridays ain't working for us. We want you to go to haunted houses. That's really not going to work for us. So, we have all decided that the best idea was to move it to Wednesday. So, here in less than 2 weeks will be the next show on a Wednesday. And the reason that we're doing Wednesday is because you can watch a show on Wednesday evening when it's live, or you can watch it on Thursday, and it gets you thinking about haunted houses, and then you think about which haunted house you want to go to. When it comes down to Friday and Saturday, you're going to haunts. Some haunts are open on Thursday, some haunts are open on Sunday. DHH, they're open on Sundays. Not all Sundays, just some Sundays. So me being a haunter, I don't get to go unless they're on a Sunday. So why not move it to a Wednesday? That way you guys all get to hear about these wonderful haunts and get to go to these wonderful places. If you're scared, perhaps go to a home haunt. That way things ain't chasing you down. Some home haunts, they do. They do actually have people. But it's a different thing with home haunts. So yeah, we're moving the show to Wednesday. You guys can't tell me no. I'm going to do it no matter what. And I'm excited to bring you guys all along with this, even though that right now she's the host of this episode.
That's okay. We can change places back later.
Oh yeah. And I can't wait to be the host of the show on a Wednesday, because it's going to get me fired up. And then perhaps you'll get the attitude of Chainer a little more. Because I'll tell you what, this is how I act. When I look at you and I tell you, I'm going to rip that piercing right out of that pretty little nose. And then, ooh, is that a gold tooth? I wonder what I could get from that one. You're enjoying this too much, Friday.
I can't help it. I love haunters with my whole entire being. And it's not just you or Ron or Raz. There's only like one haunter in the entire universe that I just don't like. And the rest of them I love.
You know?
So yeah.
I'm just going to tell you, I had someone give me a call about a bad experience when I was haunting. And for me to explain everything that was wrong with that to that person made that entire situation feel like it wasn't that bad, because now someone else knows what not to do.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It wasn't a bad experience at the haunt. I loved his haunt character. I loved the haunt. I'm just not too happy with him as a person.
That's fair enough.
So yeah, okay. He did not mean to leave.
Ooh.
But I still told everybody where to find him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go find Raz T Slasher. Go find Friday. Go find me. Go find any haunts. Go find something. And I'll tell you what. If you're going to go to Walmart in the Shelby County, Miami County, Auglaize County, Allen County, Walmarts, and you just happen to look through your Halloween selection and you find a ticket that says Chainers Field of Screams winner, don't turn it into Walmart. Take the ticket and come see me. Because I know I hide them. By the way, if your car is decorated in Halloween, I might put one on your windshield. I have 1,000 tickets to give away. By golly, I do my damnedest to get rid of them.
That is amazing. And apparently I cannot spell anthology.
Oh, I can't spell apology. I have the thing that says, hey, send him a message. Apologies.
Yeah, I meant to say anthology.
Oh.
Because there was this thing that I did with a friend, and I'm like, ooh, 2 stories, 1 anthology. So people know in the comments there's more. But yeah. What did you think of the interview?
It was great as long as I could get the internet to work, and that was not my fault.
Yeah, but nobody blamed you.
I know.
You left, so you started doing things on the fly.
Oh, trust me, I was very upset with it. But you know what? I loved the interview, but there is so much more to the haunted house industry, and that's what I love about it. Because if you're a haunter, you just might see me at your haunt. And that's the thing. I love going to haunts. So, if you see me, take a picture with me. Because I love seeing haunts. I cannot wait because I am going to go this year back to Haunted Hoochie. I got a friend there. He told me to come see him. And that's where I'll go. And that's near the Columbus area. So I might go to some of the home haunts that are around there. But there are so many haunts here in Ohio. But you know what? I want to see every single one I can. And Matt, I see that you're just jumping in. I am so sorry. We did that drawing about 18 minutes ago.
And I forgot to turn it off.
It's okay. It's okay. But Matt, I don't know where you're from. If you go ahead and you come to my haunt and you tell them that you need to talk to me, I will be more than happy to have a discussion with you. And I just might have an extra ticket to pop into you. Just because you jumped on here. Now, we did have the raffle. And the ones, or the, whatever. That's not a raffle. What is it? Giveaway. We did the giveaway. The 2 people, we need to get your information from you. That way we can get tickets sent out to you. But there's a recording right here. All you got to do is come to Chainers Field of Screams in Botkins, Ohio. You come talk to me, and we'll go ahead and
He used to park equipment in the front of your place for Barrett.
It's interesting. No matter what, you just come here and you tell them you need to talk to me, and I'll come up. You explain what that you were watching us here. I'll get you a ticket. I will absolutely get you a ticket because honestly, you know what?
I got 1,000 tickets to give away, and we didn't shut that off in time, but I'll be cool with that. I don't think anybody's going to argue with me. Because like I said, I take them and I put them in Walmart. And I put them in the Halloween stuff in Walmart. So when you're unboxing a box and it says Chainers Field of Screams ticket, that was me jamming it in a box. Do I get in trouble? No one's caught me yet. So you guys all have a wonderful evening. Jenny, we want to do the sign off?
Yes. Was there anything else we wanted to tell them before we leave?
Just that you need to go see a haunt.
Yeah,
tell me about your haunt.
We want you to tell us about your haunts. All haunts are different from each other because we're all different people.
And you know what? I want to hear about the haunts because I'll send them a message. There's a haunt over in Pennsylvania that just moved. They moved because their agreement was that they were going to make it bigger every single year, and they ran out of room. And that was kind of like, well, that sucks. So, yep, go ahead and go see a haunt. Let us know what haunts you go see. We're moving this show to Wednesdays. It's still going to be on the Chainers Field of Screams Facebook when we do lives. Absolutely. Go ahead and like Chainers Field of Screams, like the Owlite Network. Follow us, Owlite Network, on YouTube. Do all that good stuff. It helps us out. And when we do the 24 hours, and I can't wait, when we do the 24-hour show, Chainers Field of Screams is going to be one of the shows that we do the Owlite Network 24-hour. And hopefully it's not on my niece's birthday. That kind of made it hard.
Oh, yeah.
So, I want to say goodnight to everybody and thank you guys for coming in. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful haunted season because you're about ready to open. And I know for a fact that next weekend, some of them open. And a lot of them open on Friday the 13th. So,
yes.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.